The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
Let's learn to love. Love Talk Show.
A very good evening to all of you, and the Love Talk Show is on air today.
Today, as all the days that we are here connected to you, to talk about something very important, about intelligent love. And it's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Well, you have our comment section, as always, open for you to share with us what your thoughts are, to ask something that you are in need of, or anything that is related to today's theme. And today we are going to talk about regaining trust.
The lost trust.
The lost trust. How many times people are in this situation, they think have nothing to do, or there's no way to regain trust. But yes, there's something that can be done according to the Word of God that you can put into practice and regain the trust if you lost the trust of the person who you love. Well, we are going to talk more about this. If you want, you can already start commenting here on our website, libertyradio.co.uk. Meanwhile, let's watch a few moments, some highlights of the love therapy.
Many people, many men, they focus on how much do I earn rather than what am I doing with what I have. So they have this thing, oh, I haven't yet started dating because I'm waiting to grow financially. Oh, I haven't yet married this woman whom I've been dating for 100 years because I'm waiting to buy her the party of her dreams. When in fact, that's wrong thinking. You need to think about, what am I doing with the little that I have? Because from there, you will grow. But you aspire to have a lot, but you don't know, you will not know what to do with a lot. Does that make sense? You will be what you said. We're giving many examples. You will hide all your money instead of investing in the person you married. You know, there are basic needs. For example, a big problem with many couples is they earn and they send everything abroad to their family. And I know this is a sensitive topic, but your first family member is right there with you. And they have basic needs. Is it good to help your family abroad? Absolutely. But this all has to do with being responsible and prioritize what's really important. What does my spouse need? He needs to learn to drive. So I'm not going to send everything abroad. You know, if depending on and this is a cultural thing, and I know it's a very sensitive topic, but sometimes not sending what they ask you is teaching them to use their faith. Otherwise, it's like there's a tap and you just, whatever no. And you are there struggling and having marriage problems as a result. So it's a very sensitive topic. I know family will need help from time to time, but with a balance.
And it's common for us to see and understand. Sometimes people are being overwhelmed because of the problems they are facing, and above all, when anxiety starts to kick in. You know, when anxiety takes over, a person, regardless if they are married, single, they cannot see a way of getting rid of a problem or being able to find the solution. And as we said here before, when a person is being controlled by anxiety, Andrea, they don't want to hear anything. They don't want to hear God, which is the voice of the reason, the direction that will give them the solution of what they are looking for. They don't want to listen even the advices of people who try to help them. The only thing they want to hear is the voice of this anxiety, which is the voice of the heart, the voice of this emotion, which so many times makes a person to think that the problem that is coming or the problem they are facing at the moment will never disappear. And no one understands and no one knows why they are feeling in that way. No one can see the problem they are facing, when the truth is, my dear friend, you are allowing this anxiety to take over. And as long as this is happening, the biggest problem is not the problem by itself, but the biggest problem is the way that you are being controlled by this anxiety. And when we read in the Bible that Rahab knew that the enemies were coming against her city, or the city where she was living in, she made a vow and she was decided in changing her life. And see how important that is. Rahab did not look to what she was feeling, to the circumstances. She was not allowing to be controlled by what was happening. In the midst of this attack, in the midst of when the people of Israel tried to invade Jericho, she did not see this as something that I will lose everything that I have. It was quite the opposite. She understood that she could see, or better, she saw there a way out for the problems that she was facing. And when she understood this, she was not taken by anxiety, Andrea. She wasn't taken by the fear. It was the opposite. The certainty that herself, together with her family, they would have a new opportunity, a new life. And this is what she was looking for.
The difference between faith and emotions. Of course, she felt fear for sure, and because she didn't know the spies, the people, but she decided to believe, to trust. The same thing Mrs. Elena was giving the example of the family. And when we are led by emotions, we don't see and we are not able to practice intelligent love. Like, for example, because of family. Of course, when you get married, it's not that you will forget your family, but you will have other and different priorities. And that's when you can't hear your heart. You can't allow yourself to be led by your heart. Otherwise, you won't make wise decisions. The same way that Rahab saw what's the best thing to do, the best decision in regards to myself and my family, to be allied with the spies. So she went by faith. She believed. She went for the reason and not by what she was feeling. The same way, when we decide to act by faith, so we will have the right direction.
So you already have the red ribbon with you, the same red cord. You know, the book of Joshua chapter 2, verse 18 says, "You bind this line of scarlet cord in the window through which you let us down. And unless you bring your father, your mother, your brothers, and all your father's household to your own home." You know, when she made this vow, and the red cord was, the symbol of this vow, the symbol that she was not being driven by anxiety, but by a desire of having a new